This video is powered by USA Gundam. Visit USAGundamstore.com today for all of your Gunpla and hobby needs. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gunpla Joey, and today we are going to be doing an unboxing of the brand new Yolopark Optimus Prime. So, let's get to it. So starting off, taking a look at this gorgeous artwork on the front of the box. As you can see, we have Optimus here in this really dynamic pose. I'm pretty sure this is a picture of the kit. And in the background, we kind of have like a real grade-esque box art going on here with the silhouette of him in the background. Of course, this is from Yolopark. This is from Transformers, of course. And this is the version of Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie. And here we have some chrome text here saying Earth Mode Optimus Prime. Of course, this is a plastic model kit. And moving around to the back of the box, here we have a front and rear view of the kit fully assembled. A lot of images showing off basically the articulation and some really cool moving parts of the kit. Here we demonstrate that it can reveal the matrix of leadership, pictures of his weapons, and of course that same artwork that is on the front. As soon as you crack this box open, you will actually be met with a really nice presentation. So there's a big cover sheet that actually has the Autobot symbol on it, done in this really royal blue and red. Of course, this would be Optimus Prime colors. And if you move that out of the way, you are met with a ton of runners. And so for ease of everything, I'm actually just going to remove everything out of the box. As you can see, there are multiple bags of multiple runners. There's a lot of parts in this box, and the manual's all the way at the bottom. So I'm going to get everything out, and then we'll take a look at everything individually. Starting out, taking a look at the manual here, this thing is actually more like a book than a manual. The quality is so good on this. As you can see, it's like a high gloss cover, front and back. On the back we have the Autobot symbol, Hasbro, all that good stuff, Transformers. And on the front we have a really cool image of Optimus holding his axe and his gun on the front here. Of course, this is Earth Mode Optimus Prime. And cracking this thing open, we actually get like a parts list and a small sheet of decals, which is really cool. I did not expect to see decals in here. Here we have a lot of the same stuff that we actually saw on the box itself, even with that same artwork there of him knelt down. And next we go through, of course, a big runner check, and there is a lot of runners in this kit, as you can see. And this manual does something that I absolutely love. Once again, I'm going to reference the Perfect Grade Unleashed, where it tells you what you need for each section. So whenever you're building this, you're not going to be surrounded by a ton of runners all at one time. If you do this in sections, it tells you what runners you're going to need. I absolutely love that. I wish that every user manual would implement this into it, because it makes life so much easier. But moving right along, as you can see, this is the head, the chest, more of the same, more of the same. This is all chest stuff. It's a really involved build, as you can see, but it doesn't seem overly hard. It just seems like a lot of pieces, but that's okay. I'm up for the challenge, and I know you guys are too. So moving right along, here we have the waist. That was a really long section for the chest, and I'm gonna kind of speed through this now because you get the gist of it. It is basically assembly instructions all the way, the rest of the way, till you get to the very end, where we have the complete diagram. We have the front, back, side view, weapons, and some more of that same stuff that we would see. Really cool image there of him with his axe and gun. Some information on the axe and gun, which we saw on the box. And of course, showing off that nice matrix of leadership. And on the back, we have Earth Mode Optimus Prime. Really cool, like, image from the movie right there. So that's going to do it for the manual. Next, we will go over the runners. So the way that these runners are actually set up is kind of neat. You actually have runners A through H but you have multiple of each type of runner, and each one is a certain color. So that's really neat. So you actually have 9 A's. So starting off here with A1, as you can see, it's like a gunmetal molded plastic, and it's really nice, really reflective, nice quality looking. And of course, this is inner frame. Moving on to A2, more frame pieces, seems to be the top of the chest, maybe parts of the side, stuff like that. A3 will actually start to see some of the more detailed inner frame pieces, as you can see with these 2 pieces here, with some nice piston looking details in there. And of course the rest of them are smaller miscellaneous frame pieces. A4 showing more of the same of those inner frame pieces. A5 will see some bigger pieces. This looks like maybe towards the top of the thigh area inner frame. This little piece here, probably in the torso. And here we have some really nice detailed pieces. Look at that, the pulleys, the chain around the pulleys, the pistons. You got some more pistons over here. This runner is amazing. A6 will actually see less parts on this runner, more big parts, and I would assume that these are probably parts of, say, the knees and stuff like that. A7 looks to be frame pieces for the feet. A8 seems to be more pieces for up in the chest, a lot of the smaller detail pieces. And at last we come to the last of the A's, A9, which seems to be a lot of detail pieces, say for the chest. Of course, this is where the matrix of leadership is going to be resting. Here we have what looks to be pieces that go on the arms, and down here we actually have some really nice pieces. These have like some coilover springs in it, and over here we have some pulleys with the belt going through the pulleys and some chains in the back. This is just outstanding amount of detail. Next up on our roster are the B runners. Now there's only 2 B runners, and they seem to be done in like a gray brownish plastic. And of course this is more inner frame, just done in a different color, and these seem to definitely be, say, leg pieces and a couple of other accessory pieces. And B2 we will see more of the same. It looks to be, say, knee pieces, maybe some more leg pieces, and a lot more of these little detail pieces. Now things get really interesting with the C runners. Now there are 3 C's, and as you can see they are done in this like chrome silver plastic, and it's so pretty, it's so reflective, so metallic looking. But these runners actually have a twist, because as you've probably already seen, there are gray pieces on this runner that are actually painted. So if you turn it around, it's actually silver on the other side. These are painted sections of the runner. That is really unique. So as you can see, it is a bunch of pieces. I know this piece goes on the back. Seems to be pistons and just a lot of different detail pieces. C2 is actually completely done in that amazing silver, and of course you have here the fuel tanks on the side of the legs, rims, pieces of the legs, stuff like that. And the last of the C runners, C3, of course done in even more of that amazing silver. We have more pieces of the legs, we have the smokestacks, we have the matrix, all sorts of nice detail pieces. But of course we actually have more painted pieces, and these are up for the shoulder area, and they are painted white. The D runners, we will see all of the red pieces, which of course make up primarily the arms and chest area of Optimus Prime. So all of these are going to be, say, detail pieces of the chest and arms, and there are 5 D runners. D2, of course, more of the same, little accessory pieces and detail up pieces done in red. D3, you'll start to see some of the bigger pieces. It looks to be, say, plating on the arms, and maybe these be on the chest area, so it's definitely starting to get into some bigger territory. Now, D4 is actually another one of those special runners, because as you've probably already seen, there are some Autobot symbols already on these parts. And these parts are up for the shoulder area, and it seems to be dry transfer decals, because I cannot see any edge on these decals. So that's really nice that they already do this, and it's honestly making me not want to paint this kit. I'm sure you can just cover that up, sand it off, cover it up with another decal if you do paint this. So don't let that deter you if you want to paint this, but I just think it's so cool that they put this on here. And of course the rest of the runner is more accessory pieces, stuff like that. And of course here we have the 2 chest doors. And rounding out the D runners, here we have D5, which are a couple extra detail pieces. Getting into the E runners, there are 5 E runners, and they are of course done in the other iconic color of Optimus, which is this gorgeous deep blue. And as you can see, this is primarily parts for the lower legs, but this is also where we start getting into duplicate runners, because we actually have 2 E1s minus this section at the top. E2, we will actually see parts of the hand and fingers, and we have 2 of these runners minus the palms. And E3 is where we start spotting some head pieces, because I do believe that these 2 are head pieces. This is an ear, so there are definitely head pieces on this, as well as more leg pieces. So I'm just now realizing that earlier I said that there was 5 E-runners, which there actually is not. There are 4 E-runners, with 2 of them being duplicate runners. So rounding things off for the E-runners is E4, which as you can see are more leg pieces and more accessories. Now, there are 5 F runners, and I'm sure of it this time. As you can see, the F runners are actually done in this, say, light gray plastic, and it's more inner frame pieces, and that's really nice that the inner frame is actually made of multiple different shades and different colors, and it's going to lead to a very nice looking frame in the end. And as you can see, some of these pieces are really highly detailed. F2, you will see more of those detail pieces for the inner frame. F3 actually has some very impressive detail pieces in here. As you can see, we have some coilover springs, a couple pieces here with some piston details in them. So this runner is definitely very impressive. F4, we have some more smaller detail pieces for the inner frame. And finishing things up for the Fs is F5, and as you can see, there are some pieces on this runner that are just highly detailed. Look at that. It looks like you're straight up looking at the side of some kind of engine. I love the detail work that has been put into this kit. Now, the G runners start mixing things up a bit, because there are 4 G runners, but each of them are a different color and serve a different purpose. So G1, as you can see here, are like connecting joints. But then you take a look at G2, and it's actually the clear smoky gray pieces for the chest. And G3 will hold all of our clear blue pieces, which is, say, for the center of the matrix of leadership, the eyes, and stuff like that. And the last of the G runners, which is G4, goes back to more parts basically off of G1, which are more connector pieces. And finally we come to the last set of runners, which is the H runners. There are 3 H runners, and they are all centered around the weapons. As you can see, H1, done in this dark gray plastic, is the axe. H2, we will see the start of the parts for the blaster, and seems to be maybe another part for the axe. And H3, we will see the remaining pieces of the blaster. So that may be it for all the plastic in the kit, but we actually get 2 more materials on top of plastic. Also included in the box are these 4 rubber tires. They are made of a really hard rubber, and the tread patterns seem to be very detailed on them. And it's really nice that they actually include rubber tires for the rims. And the other thing we get is this bag of metal. So there are metal pieces. I really don't know what these metal pieces are going to be for yet. I'm sure I will find out when I start building, but I would assume that they are basically just a more sturdy, stable support area. And these springs I actually was able to find in the manual just going through it quickly. And these are actually to aid in a spring mechanism on the back of the thighs for whenever you do the knee bend. So it's really nice that they actually include really premium materials such as metal and rubber. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the unboxing portion of the Yolopark Optimus Prime. I will be doing a full review on the assembled product, the final product, after I get it assembled. I am currently working on that. If you want to get one of these of your own, of course you can head over to USAGUNDAMstore.com, and just so you don't miss the review of this, be sure to get that notification bell on. As always, a like and subscribe would be appreciated if you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one.